Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters, guys and girls, families and friends. To be quite honest and frank with you, this is the final episode of Freshly Grounded before we discontinue the game. So if you like the game, if you love the game, if you're interested in the game, if you want to get the game as a gift, maybe someone's getting married this winter, we will not be selling the game any longer. We'll be closing down our online store of the game from this upcoming Wednesday. And so if you're interested in the game, you can go grab it at shop.freshlygrounded.com. It has truly impacted many people, including myself. And it's a game of 100 conversation cards. The cards are designed to build relationships, impact relationships, help you connect with one another. There's a bit of regular conversation in there. There's deep conversation in there. There's reminders in there of like Allah and like questions about that, about your iman and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. You can grab that shop.freshlygrounded.com. Also, if you want to see more Freshly Grounded, you can do so by going to freshlygrounded.com/inner-circle or patreon.com/freshlygrounded. This week's episode, we are joined with Mohamed from Holland, who has come down and he is visiting and doing some business and so on and so forth. And so we threw him onto the podcast with 2 hours sleep. So I hope you guys enjoy this nice little natter with Mohamed and of course Kaya. Enjoy. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this week's episode of Freshly Grounded. Alhamdulillah, we are joined, of course, by your hosts, Faisal and Kaya. And today we have another friend with us. And do you know what, bro? Do you know why I'm speaking so quietly?
Yeah.
I can hear myself in my ear.
Oh, you're thinking really weird. You're like, this is almost like an intro to like an ebook right now.
Yeah. I can hear myself in my ear, and it's like it's kind of soothing. I've got a soothing voice.
It went into ASMR territory for a minute.
Yeah, I'm actually cool by myself, guys. Today.
Yeah, should we just head out?
All right, I'm going to take the headphone out because it's way too distracting.
What did you call me a second ago? How did you introduce me?
Brother. What do you want me to say?
Which one of the two is it? Because I'm confused now.
Friend and brother.
Friend and brother.
I didn't say brother. I said just friend.
Friend.
But I'll say
brother. Yeah,
I'll say friend and brother.
That almost feels like you're cussing me out.
Wow.
You literally are diluting our relationship.
Right.
Right now, just down to what, mere friend.
Yeah, okay, fine. You're right. No, do you know what? You're right. And
Wow.
I was actually... the thing that's bothering me the most, to be honest, if I'm just being open and frank with both of you...
I would just go and fly back home.
You can't do that because your flight is not for a few days. And the thing that's bugging me out the most out of everything, to be honest, is that my t-shirt is so creased on the camera. And so that's taking my attention. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to intro you guys, and when the camera's on you, I'm going to do a quick change.
Okay, that won't be distracting for us.
No.
Quickly change the background
in front of you, yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
We have to,
Everything.
You
okay.
can finally
Yeah.
see if all the gyms still, if your gym mindset is still active.
Yeah, you can see,
double check, bro.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true, that's true.
Because you know the thing was, I was...
Let me finish introducing you.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
we are joined by Mohamed Smenning. Done.
Right. Wow, that was
Wow.
kind of blunt,
You
but
know,
all right.
we're just going to not address that at all.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Mohamed, I can't
Personally, I
call...
wouldn't have that.
Mohamed,
personally.
can I call you something else though? Because I just don't like calling you Mohamed Smenning. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not Dutch. So can I just call you Mohamed?
Well, of course. What have you been calling me?
No,
for
on
6
camera.
years?
I've been calling you Mohamed in real life, but on camera, what can I call you?
Yeah, it's Mohammed.
No, but if I'm like, oh, we're joined by Mohamed.
UK people thought that my last name was Smanning.
Yeah, I know.
for
That's
so
the problem.
long.
That's the problem. Because I, yeah.
Funny.
Is it? I don't get it. Then. What,
It
is it not?
It's Abdullahi.
Educate
But
me.
the thing is, Smanning in Dutch means his opinion.
Oh.
And that's basically my name of my
Oh, I
platform.
see.
I don't know, Kaya. Have you ever heard anybody with the last name His Opinion before?
No.
Quite
Kaya His Opinion?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
languageist of you.
No, actually, that's
Kai's
how-
opinion actually sounds pretty good,
That's
actually.
how it sounds in Dutch as well. We call it Mohammed's
Kai's
opinion.
And for sure, you could be
I see.
called KO.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
actually, right now they just call me opinion. Sometimes on the street they just call me opinion. Yo, opinion, can I ask you something? And the
Okay.
reason I chose that name is quite funny as well, yeah?
Mm.
The thing is, I didn't even want to talk about Islam whatsoever. I really just wanted to become a YouTuber. And
Okay.
that was because in 2007, I saw people making it, right? YouTube opening up, people were uploading stuff. 2011, people were making bam money, vlogs. I'm like, I can do that too.
Yeah.
So I invested in gear, got camera, got everything, put it all in front of me. And then when I put up the camera, I invested like 600 euros, got a Canon, got my mic on it. I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it just hit me. So I started to tell a story of me jumping from the second floor of my parents' house after locking myself inside of a room. On concrete.
Oh, man.
But then, although the story is sick, it just didn't feel genuine, so I couldn't use it.
That does sound like a sick story. Can you summarize that for me?
Yeah, basically it comes down to my father was not in the country yet. My parents, they really took a lot of time, energy, resources to bring me safely to the Netherlands, me and my little sister and
Alhamdulillah.
my older sister, alhamdulillah. And my mother was always afraid of us leaving the room at night. It's a strange country, can't protect my children, so on and so forth. So we had one little bedroom that she wanted all us to sleep in because that bedroom had a key. It's the only bedroom with a key, right? So us four were sleeping there. My mother, my sister, my younger sister, and me. So when my mother was, doing whatever she needed to do, doing wudu, I thought to myself, you know what? I gotta be able to open and close the door myself, because. Come on, I want to open the door. I'm still a young kid, innit? So my mom is doing her wudu. I close the door, but when you want to open it, you just have to push it slightly with your shoulder just so the key can turn. And because the key wouldn't turn, I thought to myself, wait, what? I'm locked in. You know what? I'll just open the window. I will open the window. Don't ask me how. 2 stories, pure concrete. I fell down. Blood everywhere. I just stood up, knocked on the door in the backyard. My older sister looked at me with all the blood. She's like, "What the hell happened to you?" And I
shrugged it off. Just another day.
True man, like
just
a gen.
All this blood.
Yeah.
Normal.
Exactly. Here comes the kicker. My mom comes downstairs.
Yeah.
And she just sees everyone watching TV, me on the couch, seeing that blood everywhere, literally from the couch all the way to the backyard.
Really.
And she's like, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim." What happened? I don't know, nothing, it's all good, blah, blah, blah.
What a woman, by the way, to remember to be in the dhikr of Allah at that moment. May Allah bless her.
Ameen.
I think it's more custom than that it is Imam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow it to be Imam. Because we also got to be, aware of those things as well. Anyways, so she asked what happened. I said, want to go look upstairs? She's like, why? I said, open the door. Like it wouldn't. And after that, she gave me a beating, man.
Oh, okay, fine.
That's fair.
Fine.
That's
fair.
fair.
Fine. That makes sense.
I was waiting. I knew at one point he was going to get beaten.
It's still come full circle now, yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, I wanted to tell stories like these, but it didn't feel genuine at all. So I left everything in the cupboard, right?
Fine.
And then at one point, I lived completely alone. So I didn't have no one basically to talk about religion with. I lived around a predominantly white area. I was just doing college, I think you could call it college, yeah. And I was annoyed by Muslims not having a proper Islamic identity.
Yes.
So I got so frustrated that I had no one to talk to. I didn't really have a lot of friends at that time. I just opened a camera back up, stuck the microphone on it, and I started ranting about if you call yourself Muhammad, Ahmed, Zakaria, and Fatima, and you say you're Muslim, you can at least try to behave a bit more like a Muslim. So, and then at the end I said, this is just my opinion. If there's anything good of it, it's only from Allah and His Messenger. And all the other bad opinions, as I phrased it, are my own.
Yes.
So do with it what you like. And thus a platform was born.
Allahumma barik. That's
so
amazing.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed that for me.
And can I just say, Mohamed, that I've known you for about 8 years now or something. And actually, it has been 8 years, pretty much. No, it's been 7 years because I met you when I was 21.
Zaha, yeah, you just opened the Zaha.
You were the first. Did you know Mohamed was the first ever person I ever met and spoke to in the entire YouTube dawah scene? Like every single person I know. Look, here's an interesting thing about Mohamed's story that he just mentioned. He, as a child, was opening doors, and as an adult, still opening doors for the brothers.
I closed the door.
Sorry. As a child, he was closing doors. Yes. As an adult, he's opening them. Wow. And he actually, honestly, after Allah, you could say that a big chunk of freshly grounded and everything that we do today is thanks to Mohamed, because through Mohamed, I met obviously Ali and them boys. Through Ali and them boys, I met Imran and them boys. Through Imran and them boys, I met like and at that point like Musa and Ali and all of them. And then by that point, those guys, including Mohamed and Julian, they were all like kind of popping, right? And so for me, by me just entering the circle, it gained me a little bit of a following on social media. And that's when I used that following to create vlogs. And that's when I used the vlogs to create Freshly Grounded. And now Freshly Grounded is where it is today. And it all started because, alhamdulillah, I DM'd Mohamed and I asked him, when you're next down in the UK, I've got like a hat business and I'd love to like gift you a hat. And so the first ever time I met Mohamed is my first ever vlog on YouTube. And now, 8 years later, he's in my home in Dubai and I cannot get rid of him. No, but so I've never said this on camera. I've never told that story on camera, but actually, huge thank you to the doors that you did open and by just replying. What I was going to say...
No, impossible.
What I was going to say
I refuse.
Is that you're one of the rare people I know that you look amazing bald, bro. It does, doesn't he?
I thought you were going to say the suit because I feel
great.
supremely underdressed right now.
Yeah, the suit's great.
He's looking amazing, and I'm just like...
No, you guys are making me shy, man.
No, but I was saying because obviously I've known you for 8 years, so I've seen you in different hairstyles, and bald really suits you, bro.
Yeah, hair doesn't work for me.
No, it's not that hair doesn't work for you, but you just, you really pull it off. I would look horrible bald. I do look horrible because I've checked.
Let me first say this, yeah. Like the way he's saying it, he's kind of, he's really not painting a picture that I have. The thing is, he's the first one that actually approached me and saw value in at least doing some sort of a collaboration.
Right.
So the fact that he gave you that validation in and of itself, it's a major confidence boost. Is someone saying basically, I see you and I recognize you. So thank you for that. Second of all, the fact that you're such a genuine character, it immediately became a kind of chemistry, immediately. Like Faisal's very open, as you guys see, right? Like he's a great host in that sense as well. He'll give you that feeling of completely being himself within the next 5 minutes after you meet him. And it either, the good thing about those characters is it either works or it doesn't. But at least you know where you stand.
Yeah, for Faisal, it doesn't work at all. But
So you're right. Look, that was a great speech, Mohamed, but it's just that it doesn't bit. I think just remove that.
It does. Yeah. And we start talking about technology, then we start talking about prayer, then we start talking about jobs.
Because remember I started working at, what happened, Bob? All right, let me give you the lowdown, Kaya, what happened after is I started working at Apple, Mohamed knows about the discount, and all of a sudden, bro, the dude is in London getting iPads, iPhones. What else did you get from me? You got an iPad.
I was working at Apple at that time.
Okay, it's all becoming clear now.
Oh,
his Apple employees messaged me. Let me reply back. I see. I get it.
But Faisal even got me an iPad, you know. He got me an iPad.
No, you got the iPad. I just gave you a discount.
Yeah, well, you took the time. You went. You sorted everything out.
I was literally getting paid to do that. in every sense of the word, I was in uniform.
No, not true.
In the Apple store.
Like, this is also something about a good character, Akhil Aziz. But wallahi, the thing is, I've seen it with you, and I love you for the sake of Allah, man. Wallahi, I do.
Thank you, bro.
Allah for barakah in whatever you do.
I mean, now Kaya has an announcement for us because there's a beautiful bag from what I can see as Enoch petrol station.
Yeah. Again,
wow, we're real lucky here today, guys.
When mashallah Mohamed walked in with his suit, I was like, I've got this got this sandwich from a petrol station every month.
No, belittling it. Mohamed, the petrol stations here are not like the petrol stations in the UK. Like the petrol stations here are great, and they've got some great shops in the petrol stations. Okay. They almost like one could argue. I'm just going out on a limb here, but mini mall maybe.
Yeah, legit. Like, it is like that. It really is like that. You should visit one. If you're going to buy it, you don't go to a petrol station. You're missing out. It's actually true. And then even like within, like it just has like a cafe in the compound of the petrol station. So it's like a cafe. But even the petrol station themselves have like really nice like shopping experience, isn't it? They've got like a Starbucks in there and stuff. Yeah. But anyway, back to the point. This I've got one for each of us, by the way.
Wow.
So hopefully, I'm kind of hungry, but not really. This is called...
I am peckish now.
All right, so I think you're going to like this, inshallah. I think you're all going to like this. This is called Hassan Matar, I think it's called.
Okay.
Hassan Matar?
Yeah, it's basically a shawarma sandwich.
Okay.
But it's got like an interesting sauce in it.
An interesting sauce?
Yeah. And also, those two Kadaks are yours as well. So
amazing. Did you get yourself Kadak? Oh, you did?
Well.
Okay, let me give
mine.
mine.
You got it for yourself?
I got one for each of us.
Okay, good.
So we're all good.
There's a Kadak here, Mohamed, yeah? I'm going to put extra coffee.
Thank you so much.
Let me show. I'm going to open it up.
Do you mind if I put this on the floor?
So what's that?
Shall I open it completely?
What is it? What is it?
It's like a tea. It's like a milk
no,
tea.
Hadi. No, it's good, man. It's good. Just leave it like that. No problem.
It's probably a bit cold by now, but
It's all about the flavour, man.
it is. You're actually
So
right.
you cook, right? Don't you?
I don't cook. No.
You don't cook?
No, I don't cook. No.
Okay.
I have cooked, but I wouldn't say that I cook. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not a chef by any means.
Okay.
I think you're maybe getting mixed up with the other brother who did the cooking stuff.
Well, I actually think beautiful brothers bringing food. That's why.
Yeah, this is. But
it.
even if I cook, bro, I'm not sure I can make anything as good as this.
This looks really, really good.
I'm interested to see what you guys think of this. 'Cause it's quite,
Okay, so it's literally I'm going to show it to the camera. It's literally a toast. Almost, I would say, if you had to ask me to describe it, I'd say a flat shawarma.
yeah.
So thanks for flat shawarma. I'm joking.
That's something that still boggles me. It boggles my mind, mate. There is like literally a country in the world where you can like literally go everywhere and eat just halal. Like, don't even ask that question. It's ridiculous.
Alhamdulillah, it's a huge blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That is incredibly tasty.
You like it?
Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found out about it from Reddit because they were talking about what's your favorite like cafe, because these cafes are like quite popular, aren't they? The petrol station ones and stuff. And people were just discussing what's the best drink to get, what's the best sandwich to get. And this one kept coming up and I hadn't tried it. So I tried it a couple of days ago. Got the stamp of approval from me and the missus. So yeah.
It's really nice, bro.
It is nice.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. What do you think, Mohammed?
I got me and Mohammed, when I was waiting for him at the airport this morning, I got us a...
Amazing.
You like
Was it nice?
Wow.
Oh, that.
Mashallah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the thing that I got you.
Not your thing, mate.
No. But the donut that you got.
Yeah. It was just Dunkin Donuts. But it was good. It was, bro. Shall I see what I realised? I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know if I've ever been to a Dunkin Donuts store specifically, or if I just like assumed Dunkin Donuts was very like the same as Krispy Kreme.
It's different.
But Dunkin Donuts, I really enjoyed a lot more than Krispy Kreme, and I think it could be one of two things. Either it's because Krispy Kreme is great. Either it's because I'm just like so used to Krispy Kreme because, you know, if you eat in a donut, you're probably eating a Krispy Kreme. Like in London, they have in all the Tesco stores and stuff, all the petrol stations, they all have got Krispy Kreme like stalls and stuff like that. And then here, obviously, where I live very close to a Krispy Kreme as well. So if donuts on the agenda, it's going to be a Krispy Kreme. Now, popped to the airport this morning. Nice, breezy morning. Really nice weather this morning. Oh, beautiful weather this morning. It's pre-Fajr. And by now, we're actually in Fajr. I'm in Sharjah, Sharqa. I've driven past the Grand Mosque of Sharjah. You know, I'm in a good mood. I'm about to see my friend who I haven't seen in some years.
Still calling him a friend, man.
My brother who I haven't seen in years.
I just accept the fact that you downgraded me, you know.
I walk into the airport where the seating is. I look to my right and I see Dunkin Donuts and I think, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And I walk up to the counter and what I saw, bro, were donuts that were more my kind of donuts. There was pistachio-filled eclairs. There were regular donuts, but with the spring. They look like they've been freshly baked. Obviously, we're talking it's 5 a.m., so they probably have been freshly baked. And I had a really good experience. And actually now, Dunkin Donuts has topped my list above Krispy Kreme as the go-to donut place. And I'll keep you updated if that stays the same.
Please do. I'm really interested to keep tabs on that.
Yeah. But have you had experience in Dunkin Donuts?
I do, man.
I have, and it's the same with you. I prefer it over Krispy Kreme. I still got food in my mouth, man. But next time you go, try the Bavarian donut. The Bavarian one. It's basically powdered donut filled with custard.
Ooh.
It's very good. If you're a custard, I don't know you're a custard man. You a custard man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most men are custard men, aren't they? Just like
Great filling is amazing, man.
yeah.
Really.
That's my favorite donut.
Yeah, custard is a man's game.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
A man who doesn't like custard in donuts and other baked goods, I question. I just keep my distance, basically.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can be a person who doesn't like jam. Fine. You either love it, you hate it. It's fine. We're not going to have an argument over it.
There.
Yeah. If you say you don't like custard, yeah, it's definitely questionable behaviour for sure.
Dodgy.
Yeah. And these are the kind of characteristic traits that we want to discuss on Freshly Grounded.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kaya, I had an idea for maybe a future episode that we could do, which is, because you and I are always talking business ideas, right? I was thinking we could dedicate maybe next week's episode. Now, I want it to be not an Inner Circle episode. I want it to go public. So maybe we can still film it next week. An episode where you and I, because we don't, do you jot these ideas down?
I do, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
I sometimes do. And I've got a Google Doc, but I don't use it all the time.
I feel like once I've said them out loud, it like satisfies that thing in me of like wanting to, which is bad. And that's why instant gratification is bad. No, sorry. The effect of that is instant gratification, which is I've said it, therefore I'm like satisfied, and therefore like I don't need to do anything about it. So that is quite negative. Anyway, I was thinking maybe I can write some of these down, and we can do an episode where we just outline some business ideas that maybe are like ideas that we wouldn't actually. So I'm getting this inspiration from My First Million, which is the podcast you put me on. I'm now obsessed with it. And I actually have got an invite now to their private chat.
Oh, wow. Okay. You gone fast, man.
Yeah. So one of the founders of Tertil, he was like, hey, like, I'm in this thing. Do you want to get in? Sick. I was like, yeah. So, and actually, Sean emailed Omar some time back, a couple months ago, which I didn't know about. Omar showed me a screenshot like a few months ago, when I wasn't watching this podcast. And he was like, oh, like, this guy from The Hustle, like, messaged me. I was like, oh, that's sick. And it was sick, but I was like, all right, cool, sick. It didn't surprise me that Omar's doing big moves. Alhamdulillah Barik. And then, and then now I was like, oh, bro, remember that screenshot you sent me? Who was that? And he was like, oh, it's Sean. I was like, no way. So, point is watch that episode. And they did an episode where they themselves always also talk business ideas back and forth. And so they basically had to pitch each other their worst good business ideas. So bad ideas that you're probably never going to do, and they're bad, but they're so bad that they're kind of good. And so it was really funny. Some examples that they gave were like, I don't know, man. Like Sam gave an example of a business where it's like, so that he found this business online where for 2 months in a year, this guy dresses up as Santa and then he does like live calls. So have you heard this episode? It sounds like you know.
It's so funny. I was listening to it this morning.
Oh, okay, fine.
So I'm halfway through it.
Okay, fine. Yeah. And then basically, so his idea was that, and that guy makes like, so what is it like millions of pounds in those 2 months, and he could just work 2 months a year.
Trying to hire more, isn't it?
So he was like, let's do Tooth Fairy and this, that, the other. So it was like a joke. But yeah, I was thinking maybe next episode we can do that. Like,
I'd love it, man.
Because we always pitch each other ideas, aren't we?
Yeah, I've got a doc worth of stuff we can go through, and now.
So it has to be stuff you're willing for the public to know about. So maybe not stuff that you're literally about to work on.
Yeah, even then, I used to be like that, where it's like, I won't tell people business ideas because they'll steal it, or well, I've kind of got past that. I've heard a few different people talk about that concept, and it's like, an idea isn't really much, to be honest. Anyway, it's just like anyone can have an idea. One, you and me know firsthand that just having an idea doesn't mean you're going to do it. And then how well can you execute it as well? So I don't even mind if there's a few ideas I'll probably mention that I do want to do at some point, and I'll still mention it because,
Fine.
Why not?
Yeah, you're not scared?
I'm not scared, actually.
No.
So if anyone wants to challenge me,
feel
free. I'm a man who eats custard at times.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
No fear. I like that. Yeah, Mohamed, actually, do you want to have a speak of business? I think that is appropriate. That because last time you were on a podcast with me, and also last time we met, because we don't meet often, obviously, because we live in different countries.
Years ago, man.
Yeah, in that space of time, you've changed up completely your dress sense. Or you've not changed up your dress sense. You brought out. Fine.
Yeah, completely.
I was going to say you brought out what was always within you. Because you've always been a suave man.
I finally have a style. I think you can say that as well. I finally have a sense of style.
You have always been suave. Because even the language that you would use was quite, you could say, precisely selected. Yeah?
Yeah,
precisely selected.
I had help, but the thing is, let me phrase it like this, yeah? In the beginning, I don't really have a reference because I can't see how you lot dress. Second of all, I can't see in the mirror how I dress myself properly, so I can't see if it's tailored or not. So there was a long time that I was just wearing whatever just fits and was clean. Those were my 2 criteria: fits, clean, and the third one was don't annoy me with the color or the text, right? Then my friends started to tell me a little bit like, hey, those trousers are a bit too baggy, or you can see that they are, hanging down, draping down from your shoe, not really proper. Get them tailored, get them fixed, and that helped out quite as well. And then I kind of got into the streetwear, but I never ever found something that was really mine. Up until I came across dapper clothing, smart clothing, and think about suits, flat caps, bowler hats, 3-piece suits, even polo shirts and combinations with different types of khakis or whatever kind of pants. Up until that moment, I really did not know how to put my own style into a already existing style, and I think right now I got it down. And
you do.
I took it to the level of even studying the materials, understanding the materials. Because everything what you see me wear these days is carefully chosen, is invested in for a reason, and I make sure there's no child labor involved as well.
Okay, mashallah.
So
that's excellent.
That little extra thing, making sure that ain't no little kids making my clothes, is very important to me.
Okay.
And we're going to be free of that.
And yeah, inshallah. And it's evident that you've put effort in, and it's evident that I haven't, because I'm not sure what my style is. I don't really have a style. I've got a t-shirt. I just wear t-shirts, like plain t-shirts, plain colored t-shirts, and like maybe 3/4 length. Like currently wearing like 3/4 length, like sports shorts.
No, you wear thobes, bro. You're
I'm talking about when I'm not wearing thobes, though.
No, but,
thobes.
Okay, 99% of the time, Kai's wearing thobes.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to defend you here. No, I do it. 99% of the time, Kai wears thobes. Not only does he wear thobes, bro, but he wears stunning, tailored thobes.
Oh, Akhi, I'm with you, man. I do that too.
So you do have a set. You do have a dress size, and actually, I've got the thobes that I have that are really nice. Kaya took me to get them tailor-made and help me select the materials and stuff. We need to go back soon.
Yeah, we do.
And it's actually only because of the podcast that Kaya doesn't wear thobes, because I told him don't wear thobes on the podcast.
Yeah, he gave me quite a threatening threat.
No, but the reason I said don't wear thobes on the podcast is because basically our audience, right, on the podcast is definitely like practicing Muslim and stuff like that. I'm not trying to belittle or I completely haven't got the light on me. It's right. We also do have an audience, right, of people who listen to Freshly Grounded, who might not necessarily be people who like relate to people who wear thobes and stuff, but yet we speak about clean stuff, we have banter, but we like to bring everything back to the deen. And I just don't want to push. I don't want people, because in the past when I was like on a journey, when I wanted to start becoming more practicing, like I'll be honest, bro, like people in thobes or people like who almost like I'll be intimidated and I'll almost be like, that's not my people. So I don't, and then what I'd realize is that those people were completely my people, bro. Like, bro, there's people in thobes with big beards and stuff like that, but like, bro, they'll geek out on the same things that I geek out on. And so that's important, right? And so I was conscious of that. And so I was like, if you're going to be a regular on here, you bring a thobe on my set.
Exactly. No, it's a good point. It's a very good point because mashallah, Freshly Ground's got a big audience of people from across the spectrum, shall we say. And I think without speaking on your behalf, one of the biggest reasons that Fresh FG sort of started was to appeal to those people who are, on the cusp of practicing, or maybe not practicing yet, or just trying to find their place, And so, I guess like if we both sat here with our thobes on, they may look at that thumbnail and think, okay, that one's not for me. Yeah. So I get it. I get it. Yeah. It's a shame, but it is true. Yeah.
We're all on different parts of the journey. And
No, but I resonate with what you're saying. This is exactly the reason why you see me more in a suit than in a tailored thobe. Because I wear tailored thobes a lot. I love them. I even love the thobes that you make sure that you can wear them with, what do you call them in English, actually? Those... manchettes?
Cufflinks.
Oh, yes, you call them cufflinks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Up until that moment, or making sure that it's tailored enough for your watch even. I love that fact, but the thing is, I predominantly am known in my country, in the Netherlands, for Islam, for da'wah, for explaining it. I appear and I speak to different type of people with different understandings or different reference points. So their reference points unanimously is that when you wear a suit or smart clothing, that you are nadif, that you are clean, and that you are well taken care of, well groomed, right?
True.
So if that's definition for them. And my definition of that is also wearing a thobe just up into that level. I make it easier for them.
It's true.
By wearing this.
That's a good point. That is a very good point, isn't it? Because in the Western world, like when I see a man in a thobe, I think, okay, mashallah, he's trying to be conservative with his dress. He's trying to be well kept as well, especially if his like thobe is like not stained and like madly creased. But in the Western world, they wouldn't have that. It would be an alienating feeling for them. Whereas how you're dressed today, mashallah, it gives them that kind of feeling again, where it's like, you know, as you said, well groomed, well dressed, clean, tidy. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
And I think that it suits you very much.
It does.
So, but actually, you walked out of the airport today, and it does instantly, bro. I think first impressions do mean a lot. Obviously, you know this.
Well, they do.
And when you walked out of the airport today, bro, along Badik, like you just look like, when you are a well put together, smart, like businessman who's like, kind of like it. Actually, you want to step your game up a bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that's nice. I have one really lovely tailor-made suit.
Okay.
Just one. And it's got inside it's got stitched, freshly grounded.
Oh yeah, I've seen
nice,
that.
Yeah.
You partner with a company, right? In UK.
They're called Bukhari suits.
Yes.
And bro,
Bukhari suits?
oh, they're just the best suits.
So they're in London, or where they are?
Yeah, they're in London, yeah. So my plan has been for a long time. After I wore my suit from Bukhari Suits, I was like, I'm never not wearing a tailored suit again because it's amazing, bro. It's such a good investment. It's such a great investment. And they're actually really affordable tailor-made suits as well.
Really?
It's very affordable.
How much do they charge for a suit?
So I don't know anymore. It was a few £100s, as in like maybe like I think like £400 to £600 or something like that. Obviously, you get a normal suit like from Next or something for like £200.
No,
so,
no, that's not a suit, man. That's just.
But so
fake suit.
So, yeah, so I mean, to be fair, all my suits before were probably from Next, and it's probably
different.
like double the price of it's like double the price of a shop bought suit.
Yeah.
So it's not like crazy obsessed. No, you're not paying £5,000, £10,000 for a suit. It's like maybe like I think now they're probably a bit higher because that was like a couple of years ago, especially with like the economy. What I will say is my intention has been and still is to get loads of suits made from Bukhari suits because their suits are stunning. And I think I would just wear suits all the time if I just add loads of Bukhari suits.
Yeah.
Bro, I totally agree.
The only reason I wouldn't get tailor-made suits, because I've had suits before, and they were not tailor-made to me, but I could have adjusted that depending on my diet over the last 2 weeks. You know, so if my diet has not been good the last 2 weeks, that suit that doesn't fit me. If I have a very good diet,
that's why it's tailored.
But
You can upskill and downskill.
But see.
This
Yeah.
fabric,
Bro, you know,
extra fabric,
Is there flexibility?
Yeah,
of course.
Right.
That's why it's
Yeah.
tailored.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Bro,
Same for me,
yeah.
man.
I thought tailors like
they're
they're gonna
some serious weight, you know. I know what I
Likewise.
have to.
That's why I've always held back because I thought,
Nah, bro, this is such a
my weight
common thing.
fluctuates way too much for it.
So that's really interesting you say that because as Mohammed will know, I had this exact concern, and bro, this is like the number one concern that everybody comes with tailor-made suits. And I was speaking to the Bukhari suits guy about this, and he said when the suits are made, they are made with like this it's very unlikely, bro, that you're going to go like make the most
down, for example,
yeah. So your fluctuation the suit allows for it. The tailor-made suit allows for it because they make it in that way where there's that flexibility. It's not like skin tight for Kaya today.
Yeah.
But my Bukhari suit has fit me for the last, I don't know, I got it like 2 years ago. In that space of time, I've gone from being 85 kilos to practically 75 kilos, so 10 whole kilos difference. And now I'm at 82 or 81, like in the middle pretty much. And at all stages of that, it's looked like a tailor-made suit for me.
Definitely. Because the thing is, your shoulders don't change.
Your height doesn't change.
Your height doesn't change,
True.
right? The length of your arms doesn't change.
True.
Basically, it's just building up the chest and making sure that there is enough space right here. And they measure that by how much space you can move the fabric around from basically above your belly button. And that's easily adjusted. When it comes to your pants, because when you lose weight, it's basically around your middle where you have your belt.
Yeah.
And there's 3 places where they can adjust that, so they can make it smaller and bigger. You won't see it anyways, because the extra fabric's on the inside. You literally.
I see.
And you, when you get in your suit, you can say to them like, I'm planning to lose a bit of weight or put on a bit of weight so they can adjust
Dunkin Donuts after this, guys.
Yeah, I'm planning to get a bit. I'm planning to put on a bit of weight. Yeah. So if you could just have some extra room there, I do want some space for a belly.
Fine.
Yeah, it's for me. I buy right now from non-Muslims. I don't like it.
Fine.
I'm gonna be very honest about it with you. The reason I buy from this specific company, I don't give them shout outs. I don't promote them. First of all, it's not money coming back to the ummah. Second of all, why the hell would I? Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Third of all, I hate the fact that I cannot keep that money in the ummah. I really, really dislike it.
That you can't keep the money in the ummah.
So if connect me to those brothers from Bukhari.
Really good brothers, practicing brothers.
Connect me to them. Even if the price is a bit higher, I'd rather pay that. Make
May
sure
Allah put even more
barakah
barakah in your suits. Then.
And you're welcome. Are you going to plan to be in London anytime soon?
I'll travel for that. Don't worry about it.
Well, maybe they might be traveling. I'll see. They might come to Dubai or something.
If they come to Dubai,
Kaya, you've got at least one.
Yeah, as long as they can accommodate the belly fluctuation situation, then I'm on board. FG baby.
Yeah. Hey, just a quick interjection of this week's episode of the podcast to give you guys a bit of news, and that news is going to come from my good friend and brother Kaya.
Thanks, Faisal. If you want to see more of this, then make sure you hit up. Make sure you join the inner circle. In fact,
that's it. That's the news, guys.
That's it.
Yeah, it wasn't anything new or groundbreaking. You get an extra episode of Freshly Grounded every single week if you join the inner circle. Why would you not do that? Are you sane?
It's a very straightforward decision. If you've watched,
insult the people, Kaya.
Fine. Don't be dumb.
Yeah. Make a clever decision for once in your life.
Yeah.
Join the inner circle.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I'm not even sure if I'm looking at the right camera.
You are.
Okay. Just join the inner circle. We've got sandwiches. We've got karak tea. We've got good conversation. All that's missing is you right now.
Yeah. And we want you there. Of course we do. Yeah. So you could do that by going to freshlygrounded.com/inner circle or patreon.com/freshlygrounded. Enjoy. We'll get you back into this episode in a minute. You guys want to go back in the episode? All right, fine. We'll get you in. Yeah? All right, let's get you in.
Go on in.
All right, here you go. You're going to go in now. All right, get in. Get yourself in. And I want to get like an emerald green suit.
You like that? Yeah. To match emerald green though.
Yeah, exactly. I have an emerald green.
Emerald green, and you go for pearl white buttons.
Ooh.
Pearl white buttons. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to get like a nice suit like that. But then I want I've got my suit that I have right now tailor-made is a double-breasted blue pinstripe, which is lovely.
Classic.
So I want to go for a pure black suit as well.
No, why? Why?
Why not?
Why?
What you doing?
Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm crazy.
The only place where black is classy, my friend, is in black tie. Otherwise, never wear black.
All right, fine. So I'll get a blue. So I've got blue suit. I'll probably get another blue suit, but this one's single.
Go for charcoal grey.
Oh, grey. That's a good idea.
Charcoal grey. Because the good thing is,
I do want another double-breasted because the double-breasted.
Yeah, but you can swap them out. You can wear the grey pants with a blue jacket or the blue pants with a grey jacket. So it will look like you have 4 suits.
Yeah, I saw this Steve Harvey video. Have you seen it?
Yeah. Looking at
the thing is, it's not Steve Harvey, man.
He's a fraud.
It's not necessarily a fraud. He's just basically spitting a basic line that we all know.
It's true. It wasn't groundbreaking. It was just groundbreaking when I heard it.
Yeah, same groundbreaking for me. Because I watched it one of those Instagram videos where some guy was doing it while he was saying it. Like this Steve Harvey guy, man.
You buy like 2 different types.
You call that a capsule wardrobe.
Okay.
So a capsule wardrobe.
Yeah, with just a couple items, you can appear like you have an entire collection already at hand. And that's also, this is what knowledge does for you. Yeah, that's why I said to you, when as soon as I thought to myself, this is going to be the style I'm going to stick with. Let me learn. How is it sourced? What's the reason why you wear it? What do we do with the different types of weathers? Because right now I'm wearing wool in Dubai, and it's 36 degrees outside.
Oh, mate.
About 40 at the moment.
Yeah, it's about 48.
But the thing is, if people say, wool, why would you wear wool in the sun? What's wrong with you? The thing is, if you look at sheep, look how Allah created sheep. Sheep, they don't just lose their fur in the summer. Unless you shave it off, they don't lose it. So that means heat pass through. Do you see?
Yeah.
That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's amazing. That's amazing reflection, actually, isn't it?
And that same sheep jacket is sufficient for that sheep in the winter.
So that's amazing. What an amazing reflection.
Yes.
Bro, and then you know what they do to make that come back in your suit? In the summer, they leave it openly woven. They don't really touch the fabric too much. In the winter, they kind of go through a process of making air pockets into it, and they call it the flannel.
Okay.
So it's the same material, the same sheep. The process of using that material changes. And this comes together to something else that Imam Shafi'i said. He uses, for example, the mulberry tree. I don't even know what kind of tree it is. It's a mulberry tree. If a bee eats from it, he can use that to produce honey. If a no, it's not a snail, but something like a snail shape eats from it, it'll make silk. What you call that thing?
It's a silkworm, right?
Yeah, silkworm. If a worm eats from it, it'll make silk. If this other little thing eats from it, it becomes musk. So then Shafi'i said, how can you deny the Creator when you see that He's from one single creation with different creations? He brings 4 different substances for you on the earth.
Subhanallah.
So you make those connections.
Yeah.
Bro, that's another level.
Alhamdulillah. That's amazing. I love that kind of stuff. Those kind of connections.
Yeah.
We started off with the wool jacket. It's so true. It's so true.
But the wool, for example, wool from alpaca, because they're high in the mountains, they have more air pockets. So if you wear an alpaca jacket, alpaca wool, it's warmer for you. It's more comfortable for you. Because those animals have to deal with those climates. If you prepare yourself and figure out, okay, listen, in which country am I? What kind of animals are walking around me? Let me think what kind of materials you can use. You can literally use camel material for this weather. Actually, You see, like, you become smart at what you're doing. Instead of logos, brands, and companies and big corporations that are selling you crazy amounts of money. Get value out of your stuff.
That's true. It's what you were mentioning a few episodes back about, or you're quoting someone who said, buy high quality things so it lasts longer. The Dragon's Den guy.
What's he?
Dragon's Den? Shark Tank.
Shark Tank guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's that guy who owns those football clubs.
Mark Cuban.
Is it Mark Cuban?
No, it wasn't Mark Cuban actually. It wasn't actually. Yeah, no, but Mark Cuban is the guy who owns the football clubs, right?
Yeah.
It was the bald guy.
Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful.
I'm not sure.
I'll give you equity and a line of credit. Why should I buy your company? Your product sucks. That guy.
Yeah, I think it sounds right. It does sound like him, yeah.
He's wearing the black suit almost.
Yeah, he was.
If I knew I was doing this podcast with a Shark Tank like Shark Tank someone who's like advanced in the channel, I would not have brought this up. Yeah, because now I'm getting schooled.
It's the same thing, right? And I guess I'm kind of. I haven't done that yet. I've moved into the realm of like buying better than I used to, but still not like I'd still struggle to spend like £100 on a t-shirt, £100 on a jacket.
Oh, but I think that's absurd.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
You reckon? Yeah.
£100
t-shirt. In that case, yeah. We're on the same page.
Oh, bro, £100 t-shirt.
By the way,
but I'm saying that, isn't that what
unless like if you get like one-off like, but if I feel like if your wardrobe is I should be careful because Sam has really nice t-shirts.
I'm not saying £100 for the logo here. I'm saying for the material quality.
You guys are gentlemen. Let me give you this one piece of advice.
I try to be.
Leave the t-shirt for home. If you need to wear something like that, wear a polo shirt.
Right.
Or if you don't feel comfortable in a polo, wear a Henley shirt.
If I'm getting told off.
Do you know what? Actually, he's right because a polo shirt always looks great.
Bro,
I don't think they suit me.
It's understood as you being classy, well put together. The material's woven more open for you, especially in this weather.
True.
And the third thing is it drapes down difference. It drapes down difference. So the t-shirt will stick to you more.
That's true.
And you will see, for example, more of either your belly or whatever that you don't want. With the polo shirt, it drapes difference because the material is a bit more heavier.
You're right.
Leave the t-shirts.
I'm not a huge fan of polos myself, but yeah, you're right.
But the least you could do is be respectful and try it.
I feel like I'm getting told off. Look, Kai, leave the t-shirts.
Have some respect, Kaya. Go right now and buy a polo.
Yeah. No,
I've never seen you in a polo, Mohamed.
Me?
Yeah,
never seen you in a polo.
Downstairs, my friend. I'm prepared.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I'm prepared.
Do you boys mind if I go downstairs and heat up my character? It's lovely, by the way, Kaya. May Allah bless you.
I mean,
you obviously can't control the temperature. We have got the AC on in here, which we have to keep on because it's 3 guys.
Yes. Three huge men.
Exactly. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go heat up my Do anyone else want their characters heated up?
I'm finished mine.
Fine. I'm going to go heat mine up. So you guys hold down the conversation, which you guys have been doing, to be honest, without me, just great.
I'm just really interested. How are you going to heat it up?
I suppose I'm just going to put it in the microwave.
In the microwave, yeah? Fair
Well, how else would I heat it up?
I was thinking like, because different people do that different ways, wouldn't they? I just wonder how you're going to do it.
How do you heat up hot drinks?
I'd probably, but the thing is, it's paper, is that right? In the microwave?
Oh, I know what you would do. All right, Kaya, I get it. Okay, Mohammed. So basically, what Kaya obviously wants us to get around to talking about is that he recently bought a milk frother, okay? And I know what you're getting at, Kaya. Oh, how'd you heat that up? Oh, okay, cool. That's interesting. No, just checking how you'd heat that up.
What kind of milk
okay,
frother
fine.
did you get?
Kaya bought a milk frother. If it was Kaya right now, he'd go downstairs, he'd put this in his milk frother, and he'd heat this up the right way. I've said it.
I was not thinking that, but that is genius. I might try that.
Yeah,
well,
you can.
I might try that. Sorry,
where did you guys get the tea?
Same place.
I'm going to go downstairs to heat this up, yeah?
Yeah, I forgot you were even here.
Same place at the sandwiches.
Same place, yeah. They do. So basically, it's like it's a cafe,
Yeah.
and their menu is like huge. So they've got like different sandwiches. They do biryani. They do like Indian food, Chinese food. These types of teas, coffees, and stuff like that.
What do you guys call this tea?
Karak tea.
Karak tea.
Yes.
It is very, very reminiscent of Somali tea as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel I can taste the similarities a little bit.
Is there cardamom?
Cardamom, yeah. It's cardamom, and even what we use is Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. What do you call that, man?
So I'll tell you what they use in this: cardamom, sometimes clove and cinnamon.
Cinnamon, thank you.
Cinnamon,
Thank
yeah.
The thing is, English these days, I haven't spoken it that much.
Bro, Allah Mubarak, your English is fantastic.
Allah Barak Feek. Yeah,
and you know, it's so interesting to me. I with my work, I speak a lot to like Europeans, like Central European people, and their English is so good. Where it's like their English is better than most British people who I come across. It's amazing to me.
Well,
it really is, and I include you in that as well.
Should I try to speak to you the way Dutch people speak English usually?
Go on then.
They speak English in such fashion that they, you know, in the Netherlands we don't say words like that. We try our thing to do the best we can, you know.
That is true. That's exactly how it is.
Yep.
I've had a few. We've had one client in the Netherlands. Yeah. That's exactly how they spoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
It's almost like you're from there.
Yeah, well, I'm from the Netherlands. Yeah. I'm
kidding. I know you are. Yeah. But yeah, what were we saying? Yeah. So the Karak tea, I like it, man. It's very comforting.
I love it as well.
Yeah.
Karak is a vibe to it, man.
It is, isn't it?
Especially when you get karak from the stone cups, you know, those clay cups.
Oh yeah.
And
I haven't had it in
sit
there.
on a patio, and it's quite cool that you sit with brothers.
Yes.
Akhi, man. Then you can tell crazy gin stories. That's you see what I mean? That's the vibe that comes to it.
Yeah.
You have a little fire lit, lit.
I haven't had. Yes, that sounds like a vibe.
Yeah.
I haven't had it in like a stone cup. I usually have a coffee in that kind of cup.
Yeah.
But a karak in that kind of cup would be.
Coffee you should always have in porcelain if you can.
Porcelain.
Yeah. White porcelain.
Yeah.
Italians drink it as well.
Yes. Yep. That's true. That's what I've got. So at home. So what Faisal was mentioning?
Milk froth.
Yeah, it's an espresso machine. I've got an espresso machine.
Oh, mashallah,
Allah Mubarak. And I've got 2 cups that I go to. One is like a glass one, like a double-walled glass one, which I like the look of.
Yep.
But I've recently got the porcelain one, and that is doing the business for me.
Yeah,
it's making me feel like an Italian.
Yeah, it does.
I feel like an Italian mob boss when I'm drinking out of that one. But you're dressed the part. I've got a mere porcelain cup.
Allah hafadhak. You know what I'm gonna try to do? I'm gonna look for a shop in Dubai where I can get thobes made with a specific way. You know, you have these thobes where they make an underlayer that looks like a t-shirt, but has a sleeve with a cuffling.
Interesting.
And you wear your thobe over basically the underlayer, so the cuffling is just coming under your thobe.
That almost sounds like when you were little and you couldn't wear a tie, so you get clip-on tie. That sounds like that, a cheat code.
Yeah, that's interesting though. I didn't think of that
because layers gives depth. When you have depth,
yes,
you look taller, you look more prepared, you look more clean, and it is also rest for the eye. The thing is, the eye loves symmetry.
Yes. I think humans do.
Look, subhanAllah, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put that in us. You know, the fact that we can recognize symmetry. You know how difficult symmetry is? It's a sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing is random.
I think they say, isn't it, like one of the nicest compliments is saying to somebody that they have a symmetrical face.
I mean, I think like they say scientifically that's what beauty is. When your face is symmetrical, that's how you say, oh, they're scientifically beautiful. Yeah.
You've got a mole on this on your forehead.
Thanks for pointing out my asymmetrical face.
You don't have on there. So I'm sorry I can't use that compliment on you.
That's all right.
But other than that, it's fairly symmetrical.
Yeah. Cheers.
But can I look before we go off the topic of this porcelain cup, coffee, stuff like that, because we're steering back into clothing here. I just want to say that there's a coffee shop called Have that Kaya and I went to.
Yeah.
Have you been there since?
I haven't. No.
Nor have I, and I really want to go. Yeah, Have. And it was really nice, and I want to go back. Just that's all I'm saying. Aesthetic was nice, and they do this like little like ice cream cereal thing. Have you seen it on their Instagram? I want to go back to. I want to go back to.
There's so many like cafes.
Well, I've delayed everything, so I'm free until 3. So let me know.
Oh really? I have to start work. Otherwise, I'm going to be in. I'm going to be.
I'm going to go get it for you.
Major issues.
I can just get a cab. Get
no, of course not. I don't know. I wasn't. No. Well. No, I wasn't considering it too. I just like. I was about to say yes. I started thinking about the work that I need to do. So, what's it? What we'll do though, maybe, is if you got till 3 now, maybe we'll go for a little coffee, if we can.
Well, now.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to, are you?
No, I mean we've got to do IC.
Yeah, that's true.
#IC. Fine,
forget the coffee. We'll talk about that.
But you guys can go without me. I'll allow that.
You broke my heart.
That's very kind of you.
Coffee.
Do you know what we'll do, bro? Let's do this, Mohamed. Let's do the episode, start work, and then when we go for Dhuhr, there's a coffee shop next to the mosque.
Okay, then I'll try to get some more sleep then.
After Dhuhr, yeah. Then you could do Qaylula as well.
Yeah.
All right, so tomorrow, plan is dinner in the evening. Are you up for that, or what's the situation with that?
Yeah.
All right. So, Mohamed, you're the guest. So, what kind of cuisine do you fancy?
To be really honest, I don't fancy anything necessarily, man. I fancy good company. I'm not here for the food.
I can't guarantee that, but we can give you.
Really, we can. There's lots of good cuisine here.
What's your favorite type of food?
To be really honest, please, I'm not here for the food.
No, if you have to, you must answer.
I don't like to choose, man. The thing is, and this is something that I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for making me a man and allowing me to be a man, is that when it will come to my own family, I'll do everything for them. Food is not my department. I don't care what you make. I don't care how you make it, as long as it's halal and tayyib. I'll eat whatever. I'll never complain. Don't let me think about it. Let me provide for you. Let me protect you. Let me teach you. Let me hang out with you. Food is not my problem. Take care of it.
All right. We'll take care of it.
Anything else, I got you guys.
Fine. We'll take care of it. Because guess what? Kaya and I, we love good cuisine. Now, there's... but we have to switch up now, Kaya. I think we've done too much like...
We've gone deep in like the sushi.
Yeah, we have, haven't we? Yeah. Let's come out of sushi for a second so we can appreciate it again.
Let me treat you guys, please.
No. We've agreed on this. You said you've offered us to pay for the coffee, and I've accepted. Okay.
Yeah, but there's only one minor thing.
Oh, you think it's minor?
Yeah, it is.
You wait till you see the coffee prices.
I don't mind the prices, even if it's £20 per cup, man. I'll pay it easily.
No, you're not paying for it. It's fine.
I came for a fence in Dubai. You think I could be broke?
No. So what should we do then for dinner?
I know you're not being fussy, which is a lovely trait, but we could go like deep into like meat, like steak. We could go into like fish, seafood. Are you happy with either of them? You got a specific preference?
You know what? Let's go deep into the meat, into the steak.
Okay. Should we go? Do you like smoked meats, like smoked brisket, stuff like that? You don't actually.
I'm not a huge fan of red meat, but
no, if you don't like it, then fine. Shut this off.
But you guys go, and I'll stay at home. No, of course I go to.
They have chicken as well. Oh, should we go mandi? Maybe we should go mandi.
Mandi's a good shot, but Akhi, you think Mohamed hasn't had mandi?
That's true.
What do you call the cream? You have this cream with these mushroom cream with chicken. That would be nice.
Oh, chicken mushroom cream.
Chicken mushroom cream.
Chicken mushroom cream.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the chicken mushroom cream shop then.
Yeah. No, Mohamed, listen to this, bro.
Is there literally a shop for that?
No,
but the dish they're talking about is creamy mushroom. No.
Oh, I was processing that.
You were like, it's actually, but there are many restaurants that serve that.
Yeah.
We could all,
I literally slept tonight for what? Like, I slept for 2 hours? Did you sleep for 2 hours?
Yeah, max.
2 hours, and I have travel started yesterday morning for me. I just arrived this morning.
SubhanAllah.
So you can literally say everything to me and it will just...
But I like how you went to like the speech about food doesn't matter, like the chicken cream.
No, but I know what you're talking about because there's like a creamy chicken mushroom soup or something, right? And pasta.
I know what you mean. It's chicken breast with the cream mushroom sauce. I know what you mean.
And it's still sizzling on the plate. You get me?
I got you.
I wanted to speak to me like.
All right.
And again, I'm coming.
Leave it to
I'm
me.
coming.
Inshallah, I'll find somewhere that does that.
Fine. Okay. Now, on another topic. No, sorry, same topic. I was thinking we go to Dubai Hills Mall, and then we just choose a place.
Yeah, I think we'll find somewhere there.
Just because that's such a nice mall.
Yeah, we could find something there that does it as well.
Which mall?
Dubai Hills.
Not
It's not overwhelming. Like, you know, bro, Dubai Mall is just too overwhelming. It's too many people.
On a Friday night, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Dubai Hills Mall is lovely. It's calm.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, fine. Inshallah.
And I got my way.
Yeah.
What time are you out of here? 12?
Yeah, we could do a quick icy.
No, why don't we carry on this episode and then I'll figure out. It's Thursday. I've got another 4 days to figure out in a circle.
All right.
Either we can do it another day, or I can. While Mohamed said we could do Mohamed something like that. But I think it'd be nice to carry on this episode because this episode's not even been an hour yet.
All right, in that case, let's set it in that.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's time for a new topic. I have 0 topics, so
I've got one.
There we go.
Because
if you want to make more episodes in the next couple of days, I'm up for that.
we
And
could
you
do
can
it.
just use it for later as well.
Yeah, definitely. We need it in a circle episode this week, which is our extra. We do one extra episode of Fresh Ground every single week.
Premium.
Yeah, it's premium.
Tamam. Okay.
definitely
So we need that episode. So we'll shoot that at some point within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
You didn't think you were going to be staying here like without giving anything back, did you?
This is your rent, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, the thing is, I'm coming next month as well.
Mashallah,
Like,
inshallah.
I have to be there for the next couple of months. I'll be quite often, but then I'm gonna bring another friend of mine, so we'll take a hotel close to you,
Yeah.
and I'll be here for this as well because I love this, man. And all I do, I love your platform. I really, really, really do.
Alhamdulillah.
I always tell proudly to people, as a kid, you guys don't know. Like Faisal started with me. He started with me with the next phase in the kitchen of his parents, bro. Y'all don't know nothing.
Mashallah.
Nah, man, Allah barik. Akhi,
Alhamdulillah.
you're a builder, man, and a visionary. That's what I love about you.
Hey, I've been called many things, but I've never been called a builder. That's a new one.
That is.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, Bob the Builder?
No.
No?
He's a
Alright,
builder.
sorry.
Faisal builder.
Faisal builder.
Builder
What's the topic you had in mind?
Alright, so what you mentioned before, it could be a bit of a weird one, but you mentioned like falling from a great height. Any weird accidents you've been in, like?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant
Broken
falling from a
bones?
great height. I thought you meant metaphorically. I thought we were going to talk about
you
people
jumped
who have
off-
like been successful and then fallen to their.
I mean, my man jumped out of a second story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like a weird, like not weird, but like dangerous situation?
Of course, I've been in dangerous situations because
You're a dangerous man.
I'm a
You're a
dangerous
man,
man. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You can
Yeah.
handle it. You
Have I been in
master it.
dangerous situations? Come on, Kaya.
Yeah.
Ask something. Ask something with a bit of a challenge.
You've been the cause of dangerous situations.
Yeah,
haven't you?
exactly.
Are
Danger is my middle
Are we
name.
gonna go the Andrew Tate style, like every day, man, every day? Yup. 3 mafiosos. I take care of myself. I have a gun with me, but I don't really have the gun, but I have it.
Yes.
I can't think of a dangerous situation that comes to mind. Obviously, being in a situation where there was a dangerous. Well, I really thought something would come to you by the end of that sentence, but it didn't. Go on, what about you?
I've got, because when you mentioned your thing, because you mentioned you were a kid as well. When I was 4 years old, I'll set the scene. Well, like loads of family come around for like a kebab, basically. Turkish.
Of course, you're Turkish.
Obviously.
You're Turkish.
Had to come
Family come out for kebab.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah.
Turkish Cypriot, to be precise.
I know a lot of little words of Turkish, man.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I did. I know anne.
Okay.
I know sivsiviyorum.
Okay.
I know. I'm not sure if this is appropriate. Can you cut stuff out?
I'd rather not.
Don't say it.
So why don't you say?
No, it's not a cuss word. It's not cussing at all.
Say it then. Say it. It's
But
fine.
it's like, Okay, don't say this to a lady because you're not allowed to. We don't flirt this way. I know how to say "Dunyan in güzel kızısın."
What does that mean?
That means you are the most beautiful girl in the world.
Oh, okay, fine. You can say it to your wife.
Yeah, to your wife. No problem. Halal.
Yes.
What else do I know? I know.
Feels kind of weird you saying
Amja.
Yeah,
I know
Amja, yeah, uncle.
Gel buraya.
Come here.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I think at this point you know more Turkish than Kai.
I'm actually running out of like.
Yeah.
Anymore I can't translate, man.
Shout out to my Turkish people in the Netherlands, man. May Allah bless them. Strong community, bro.
I mean,
strong community.
Alhamdulillah. What was I saying? Okay, yeah. So I was 4 years old. Family coming around. Me and my brother playing Nintendo 64. I think it was at the time.
Okay.
I was 4, right? So my uncle's got a new whip, as a youth say.
Fine.
Yep. New car.
Yeah.
Sorry. He comes and he's like, "Oh, boys, you want to see my new car across the road?" Oh yeah, cool.
So you put the kunafa down for a second. Yeah, go on. Yeah. You take off your red hat.
Yeah. We leave the shish on the fire.
Yeah.
We go outside. He's taking us across the road. We looked at the car. Cool, nice car. Now we're crossing back across the road. We're in front of my parents' house, crossing the road, right? He's got both of our hands, but my older brother has tried to run across before it's time that my uncle's like looking across the road, right? He's tried to run. My uncle's grabbed him and pulled him back. Me being 4 years younger, I've copied him. So just as he's being pulled back, I've run forward. My uncle couldn't catch me. A motorbike has come and hit me, and basically got hit by a motorbike. The motorbike. Motorbike hit me. One of them was about to perish.
Yeah, motorbike must be damaged, written off.
I mean, when there's a huge chunk of metal like that, and a motorbike hits it.
Yeah.
It's tough on a motorbike.
Yeah, of course.
It's tough on a motorbike.
Of course, fine.
So yeah, no, alhamdulillah, the actual guy driving a motorbike, he sort of put it down as he saw me.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, which pretty much saved my life. Because he sort of crashed it before it hit me, so it was dragging the floor before it hit me.
Wow.
So, alhamdulillah, I was alright, but I got a little scar on my leg. My granddad started hitting the guy with a broomstick.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But alhamdulillah, I was alright. I spent like a few hours in hospital. Came home.
Alhamdulillah, I'm glad you're still here, bro.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Where are you, Mohammed? Oh, I was going to ask you. Did you say how about me?
I already gave you a story, man. I have another one for you.
Yeah, give us another one.
Bro, you know the thing is, you know when your parents get upset at you, and you try to run, but you already know you're losing.
Oh no!
Right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that my sister used to do, she used to hide in the bathroom. But my mom, you cannot hide from my mom in the bathroom, bro. She'll take a knife, she'll pick the lock, and yallah. So I saw her do that, right? At one point, she needed to go to the bathroom, but I really had a question. So I'm talking to her. Of course, my mom is teaching me we don't respond from the bathroom.
Right.
So she's being silent and taking care of whatever she needs to take care of, right? So I'm okay, Mama is not opening the door. She's not responding to me. The knife. So
no. This sounds really dangerous.
Yeah. I go and walk in towards the door. I see it. Wallah, I see up until today. It's in the house my parents still live in, man. And I try to pick the lock, but I slip and I thrust the knife in my head.
No, man.
I fall down.
This is really aggressive, Mohammed. Stop telling the story.
Imagine you have
I thought it was going to slip, cut your finger or something.
Okay, so you stabbed yourself in your forehead.
Oh my days.
Literally stuck in my head.
Oh my days, man.
And I just fall unconscious.
Oh my gosh.
So I wake up, my mom carrying me on her shoulder. Imagine a dark lady in a white neighborhood having a child on her shoulder with a knife sticking out of his head, walking towards the doctors, not being able to speak the language.
Oh my god!
And people just looking at the hijabi like that. And my mom doesn't wear a little hijab, she wears a full abaya, everything.
Yeah, that's
I have stories like this for you.
So how
about you, yalla?
But hold on,
what's interesting is
hold on. There's a knife sticking out your head, and you're finishing the story there.
Yeah, no, alhamdulillah. It stayed to a flesh wound, but you can kind of see it somewhere. I'm not really sure how or what.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
So you just pulled it out.
One of the most traumatic experiences for my mother.
Yeah,
and imagine my father is not in the country yet. Yeah, my father comes for every 8 months he's allowed to stay 3 weeks, 3 months, for example.
Right.
Because the thing is, my parents, Allah barik, man, Allah barik, soldiers, did everything for our health, man. Allah mercy.
Alhamdulillah. You thought of one yet?
Well, definitely not as extreme as those examples.
So hold on, you got run over by motorcycle,
yeah,
stabbed himself in the head.
Yeah.
Now what you got? You got to bring something. And he's jumping off a balcony as well. You've got nothing to bring.
Yeah, I've got nothing. I mean, so one time in my garden, I was like playing like
I stepped on a Lego
football or something with my brother, and I was like trying to catch the ball, and I remember the window was open, and I was in front of the window, and so as I like tried to go out, I went back, and I like my head hit like the corner of the window, and it's like it kind of like almost like sliced a bit at the back of my head. So that was not nice. That's one thing that's happened. Another thing is I remember once I was little, I was riding my bike. I wasn't that little. I was little enough to be like a kid, but old enough. I must have been like year 7-ish or something, right? And I was riding my bike with my friend in our area, and I rode into a car, and I kind of flipped over the handlebars, and that's all I remember. The next thing I remember is waking up in my house, and my friend, may Allah bless him, may Allah guide him, is probably a better thing to say. My friend at the time, he carried me all the way home. Yeah. And
may Allah guide him and bless him with that guidance then.
I mean, and the funny thing about that story is that the car that I crashed into was parked.
Wow.
So you got smashed on like 40 mile per hour vehicle.
Yeah, so I rode into a parked car by accident, and that happened. Yeah.
Hold on,
I remember another story. So in our area there was this like field that you can go into, and then like everyone from our like it was common for like the kids in our area to like go into this field, right, sometimes. And so like everyone kind of like made this like hideaway area there where you kind of go deep into this field, you go down, and then it's like
probably
and then it's like, I mean, probably not wise. I mean, this day and age is definitely obviously, but back when we were kids, like it was harmless. It'd be out like, I don't know,
jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah. So and then at the bottom of this, like in this like big green area, there was like a lake, and somebody at some point must have built this tree swing, which you can get from one side of the lake to the other side of the lake, and it's like a man-built swing, right, as all the swings are. Yeah.
As opposed to natural.
Natural swing. That's yeah. And so everyone that cross swing, and I was like, fine, I'll do it. And I went to cross swing, and I never made it to the other end. I fell into the lake.
Yeah. Okay.
And I had to walk. And it wasn't deep because I can't swim.
That is dangerous.
Yeah. And I had to walk home in like dirty water.
Okay. And now let's try to make it full circle. Which of the names of Allah Azza wa Jal applies the most to these situations?
The Protector.
Ar-Rahman came to my mind first because it could have all been so much worse.
It's Rahman. It is. You could argue that, but there's another one I'm looking for.
Al-Hakim, maybe? No. Wisdom in this, the many lessons you could learn from this.
Another obvious one.
What does Al-Muhaymin mean?
Al-Muhaymin.
Is that the Protector?
Yeah, I don't know how to. My English vocabulary is not that strong that I could.
Can you Google it?
Yeah, give the perfect.
What? So it sounds
the
like
Protector.
Fine. It sounds like you had one of Allah's names in mind. So
yeah, As-Sitir. It's not a name you hear commonly. As-Sitir.
And what's the translation of that?
The one that. How do you say sitter? Sitter is basically the one that covers up. So it kind of protects you against something, or it hides something on your behalf. So either Allah protects you by covering you from that, or He's hiding something that you hold dear to you that you don't want people to find out. So especially, and I remember once in one of the classes, that the life of Sheikh Nasruddin Albani rahimahullah was being talked about. And one of the things that the Saudi people used to say is, Ya Satir, Ya Satir. They used to call Allah As-Satir. But then, one moment, Sheikh Nasruddin Albani, he had a car accident, and his car literally went upside down. So the Sheikh is stuck, and people are like, Ya Satir, Ya Satir. And he's still giving da'wah right there. Although the engine can bust, everything can happen. So Shaykh Albani rahimahullah goes, call Ya Sittir. If you want Allah's protection against something like this, say Ya Sittir and mention his name. Especially now you're a father. So remember that.
Yeah, it's a good.
Jazakallah khairan for that reminder, bro. Yeah. I mean, what you said as well, Allah protecting us in that situation. Because of course, any accident you have, you can look back and think, wow, that could have just been it.
Yeah.
That could have just been it there.
Yeah.
Very easily.
I often think that when I, you know, like you see like boxing and UFC and stuff like that, I just think like you could just be one accident away from. Actually, do you know what I think as well? I think like nobody can ever be like the best in the world at that stuff because it literally could just take one punch or accident or something for you to no longer be the best in the world. Yep. And I think like I didn't watch the fight, but I know there was like this big hoo-ha this past week because Kamaru Usman fought, and so I heard some like vague commentary about the fight, and what I heard about it was that he's undefeated. I might be wrong here. This is what I vaguely remember thinking that I heard. I don't know how much of this is misconstrued. That he was undefeated, or at least undefeated in the UFC. And so it's like, it was like one of those things where it's like, there's no chance he's losing this fight. And apparently, again, might be wrong here, but it sounded like what I had heard was that he was winning the whole fight and that it was in like the last 50 seconds of the entire fight or something. I don't know if you guys know any information about this. No. Fine. So I think it was like the last 50 seconds of the fight. So he's winning this fight. Obviously, guys like classed as like the best in the world in his weight class. Obviously going to win. Does the fight, winning the whole fight. And then it's like one thing where he moves too much to the right, and then the guy kicks him, and he's knocked out, and he's gone. Yeah. And it was apparently the first ever time he's ever been knocked out in the UFC or ever. I don't know. When I see it, and to me, I'm like, that's not shocking because it's like when you're in a situation like that, it could be Mike Tyson versus a guy off the street who's never been in a fight.
Yeah.
But there's always a chance that you can accidentally hit someone in a specific situation, specific position, or they move the right way, and you can knock them out, or even worse, like do a lot more damage. And my point in saying all of that is, I can't remember what my point is.
I think your point was like these things happen, like even an accident, or not an accident, like an unintentional punch, for example, can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've seen
any of those situations.
Any of those situations,
anything
like
that we just said, it could have been a last moment.
Yeah, exactly.
But doesn't it make sense why like punching in the face and boxing and what kind of stuff?
I was about to say it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. When I see that, when I see that, to me, and maybe it's because I don't understand the sport. That could also be a reason. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk down on anyone, but when I look at those fights, I see it's so pointless. Wallah, it's pointless. You inflict serious harm on yourself, so that other people might say that you are tough. I
guess a big part of it, to be fair, is that it's like you could get paid really well. Yeah, that's like a big part of it, because as human beings, we're drawn to seeing stuff like that. Like, you know,
I understand you seeking glory. Like, I get that, and especially masculinity. Like, I really, really get it. But the thing is, you could also be humiliated on such a level.
Yeah, to such a level. Yeah, that's scary. That's also what makes it. Humiliation is not something that we should never. Not that they want to be humiliated, but. Yeah, like humiliation is a big thing. Like, it's not nice.
Yeah, it's not to avoid it if possible.
Right, you know what I mean? No, but like Islam protects a person's
defends your honor.
Your honor.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree obviously with the fact that they're hitting each other in the face and the head, right? If that was become illegal in the sport to do that, then I'd probably be a big fan, because it's like it's months of dedication, training. Dieting.
Oh yeah, no one could.
You know what I mean? So you know, there's a lot in there, but the fact you're getting hit in the head and hitting the head, you can't endorse that, can you? So that's the way you draw the line. And again, like you said, there's so much wisdom in that, because how many times have you heard or seen on the internet fights where like two random guys having a fight on the street, one of them punches the other one. They're not trained boxers or anything like that, but the punch was so quote unquote well placed or badly placed that it knocked them out. They fell on the floor, hit their head, and died. It happens quite often. So that's why, you know, that kind of thing, it shouldn't be done, man. Unless you have, you know, it's like a life or death situation kind of thing. Because the human body is fragile, more fragile than we think.
Yeah, and you do hear like freak accidents all the time.
Yeah.
Even like, bro, do you know what, bro? It's like such a big reminder of death is that even then, like, I remember maybe like 5 years ago, I was a regular at the gym. Now that's got nothing to do with the story.
Fine.
But it's important to know that I was training hard.
Okay.
Okay. Now, completely separate note, right? While I was at the gym, often I would then go to Salah in the masjid because the masjid was opposite the gym.
Wow,
that's where the
So wait, Allah Barik, you're like a what you call that? Bodybuilder,
Yeah.
and you're a Shaykh al-Islam. Go on, yallah.
Okay,
I was just giving context. It's in what context. But the main story is about. It's actually neither. It's not about the gym or the mosque, in fact.
Okay.
But now here's how it all ties together. The imam of that mosque.
It was me all along.
Yeah, imagine. After making wudu in the gym. Okay, so the imam of that mosque. This is actually really serious, actually, right? Because I remember it because it was around this period of time. That's the truth. So because I only used to go to that mosque because obviously it was near the gym. So the imam of this mosque, subhanallah, yeah, his cousin was like studying abroad or something. And bro, he passed away, and he was in his 20s, and he didn't have any prior condition.
Yeah.
No prior conditions.
Yeah.
Or that were known.
Yeah.
And it just makes you realize, bro, like, you really have to appreciate life, because we almost think like, oh no, I'm gonna live until X amount of years because I'm good for now. It's not like I have a condition that's like, what's it called? Like when you like start.
Oh, terminal.
Yeah, like terminal or
Degenerative,
yeah, stuff like that. Oh, so because of those reasons, or like generally my health is good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nah, akhi, like genuinely, at any point, subhanallah, you could just die because it's your time to die.
Yeah, man.
And that's scary.
Accident, bro. Even again, I hit 30 recently, but even in my late 20s.
Allah Barak, you must have hit it recently, as in like in the last couple of days. When did you hit 30?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
My point being, even over the last like 5 years of my life, I've really felt my body aging in the sense of like, wow, I don't feel as good as I did when I was 18.
Fast twitch.
You know? Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Also just like different health problems crop up here and there. And yeah, you just feel like, wow, I'm obviously, alhamdulillah, still young, but I look ahead and even, may Allah bless us all with long lives full of good deeds. But even if we say that 80, 90 years old, it just still feels like close. It still feels close to me. It's just like, wow, I can feel the aging already.
So
I'm already on my way there, subhanAllah.
Yeah.
You know?
How old are you, Mohammed?
29.
MashaAllah.
It makes me think the way you say it. Like, if you take that perspective and that dimension, have you ever asked yourself why Allah is always talking about Ad and Thamud? Ad and Thamud. Ad and Thamud to the Arabs. Like, he's talking to them about the Ad and Thamud because they have similarities to the Quraysh, right? They're both Arab tribes that are completely wiped out. Great major civilizations. You're talking about someone in his 20s dying. I totally get you. If you look at Surah Al-Hud, Allah says, وَبُهْدًا لِلْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ. Just like that, we took care of all those people who are wrongdoers and oppressors. But then especially it becomes very scary how from Allah's perspective everything is just a command and it happens, right? So Allah talks about the people of Nuh being destroyed. Then He talks about the people of Hud being destroyed. Then He talks about the people of Salih being destroyed. Then He jumps for a second to Ibrahim alayhi salam. And Ibrahim alayhi salam is trying to stop Allah Azza wa Jal by pleading and making dua for the people of Lot to give them a little bit more time. But Allah's decree is there. Then Allah says there's one thing that last night in the plane, wallah, I was reading this because I wanted to talk to you about it, and we'll do it another time in detail. He says, وَمَوْحِدُكُمْ, like a mawhidah in a appointed time is subh, is in the morning. أَلَيْسَ الصُّبُحُ بِقَرِيبٍ. And isn't the morning very close by? If you just think about it, that now the decree is, tomorrow morning, you all die. From that perspective, isn't the morning close? If you know that in 25 years we're all dead, isn't 25 years just this?
Yeah, very close.
Subhanallah.
Something else, bro.
It was a good reminder to end the episode on. Jazakallahu khair, Mohamed, for joining us today.
Hayakumullah. Thanks for having me,
Hopefully we'll have a bit more of you on the podcast before you leave. It's time for... actually, even though Kai, you got a one, Mohammed, I've got a dentist appointment today at 1:30, remember, as well. So I'll go shoot soon as well. Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of Fresh Grounded. Again, thank you to Mohammed for joining us, and we'll see you guys inshallah next week. Remember, if you want to be a part of the FG tribe, you want an extra episode every single week, you've got to join Inner Circle, and you can do that by going to freshlygrounded.com/inner circle. If that doesn't work, you can also go to patreon.com/freshlygrounded, because I'm having a bit of an SSL issue. Have you noticed it?
No, I didn't notice that.
Well, everyone, when you want it on an SSL checker, it works fine. When you see it on Omar's, I asked him to check everything, it was working fine. But on my machine, even though I did remove my cookies and stuff, it says that...
freshlygrounded.com?
Yeah, freshlygrounded.com.
Let me just check that very quickly for you. But yeah, go ahead and finish off the episode.
So anyway, guys, check that out. And with that being said, Assalamu alaikum